Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. Welcome for another important training session relevant to occupational health and safety management system. Just as per one of the ISO standard series like ISO 45001, which is relevant to occupational health and safety management system. ISO have established a lot of standards, in different domains like in quality, environment, like in food safety, plenty of other areas, and one of the areas safety is all about. As per ISO, they have established one standard. Previously, it was 18,001, but now, just to make similarity, and easy to integrate with other standards, they have now created a series of ISO. So that's why the new standard is all about ISO 45001 and 2018. The year of Ravine was there. Okay, guys, just a few informations. The Best International already have signed some agreement with one of the Canadian company, Project Blue World. They'll be supporting us in aviation industry like aircraft purchase, maintenance, and plenty of other services. And for our global experts, they'll be supporting to the industries, in terms of lean management and Six Sigma and plenty of other business leadership domains. So Best International is also operating in Saudi Arabia in collaboration with one of the well-recognized institute, and also in Pakistan we have collaboration with sustainable business solutions like SBS, and they are based in Lahore. We provide NEBOSH, IOSH, like NEBOSH IGC or IOSH managing sales, plenty of other training sessions. And we also have signed one of the contract with UK. So Best International is also operating in UK in collaboration with QHSE, just to we are the sole agent in Pakistan to sail their international standards, and this also providing consulting services. So in general, Best International Global Services, we have training services like third-party certifications, management consulting, recruitment. We also have facilitation, representation, and referral services for our clients. So that was, we also have a YouTube channel, your channel, the training zone. You can subscribe if you believe it is beneficial for you, and keep learning, because we are trying to create a daily learning club, especially for the community who are unable to pay heavy fee to the different training institute, but they have passion to learn. So that's why this platform is very much important for all of them. So let's start. The structure of this standard, same like other management systems, is based on PDCA cycle. Even though 10 clauses are there, but 4 to 10 are mandatory clauses, or on the other side, we need to comply with them. So number 4 clause is the context of the organization. Number 5 is all about leadership and worker participation. And number 6 is planning. And also we have, number 7 is all about support and operation as comes under do and also performance evaluation, like number 9, and improvement is all about 10. So we need to follow this PDCA plan to check act circle, so we can ensure continuous improvement in occupational health and safety management system in our company at our project site. And remember, this standard is certifiable. You can, once your system is ready, like you have all the policies, procedures, formats well implemented within your organization, and you believe you are ready to go for third-party certification. So of course, you can contact any of the globally recognized certification bodies. They'll come for audit. They'll conduct a detailed audit, maybe one day, maybe 2 man days when there. So if everything goes fine, they'll be happy to certify your company, and that certification will be respectable globally, especially in front of your clients. As earlier mentioned, this ISO 45001 is occupational health and safety standard. So we have planned to check act. So all clauses are covered here, like context of the organization also have 4 sub clauses. Leadership and worker participation have 3 sub clauses, and planning also have 2 sub clauses. Support also there are 5 sub clauses, like up to 7.1 to 7.5. and operation. Number 8 clause also have two sub-clauses like 8.1 and 8.2. And check is all about performance evaluation, like monitoring, measurement, analysis, performance and evaluation, and internal audit as well. So two clauses comes under 9 as well, like sub-clauses. And act is all about improvement, number 10. So number 10 also have three important clauses like general, incident, non-conformity, and corrective actions, and continuous improvement. So we will discuss one by one all the clauses. So these are the main clauses, like I mentioned earlier: context of the organization, leaders and leadership and worker participation, planning, support, operation, performance evaluation, and improvement. Now, what is ISO 45001-2008? So the occupational health and safety management system provides, basically it's a framework. It's a framework to managing your occupational health and safety risk as well as related opportunities to improve further. The aim and intended outcome of the occupational health and safety management system are to prevent worker. So single goal is there: work-related injuries and ill health of workers. We need to prevent. So it will help you to create a injuries or illness prevention system, against both these important areas, as well as to provide safe and healthy workplaces. So it will help you to prevent work-related injuries, ill health of your workers, because if your workers are sick, they'll be like absenteeism will go up, quality and productivity, even customer satisfaction would be on stake. And on the other side, it would be hard to maintain a safe and a healthy workplace. So that's why this standard will be helping you to provide safe and healthy workplaces. So consequently, it is critical, important, no doubt, for the organization to eliminate what the hazards. So for any business in the world, their first intention should be to eliminate the hazards. But since they'll be still performing a lot of activities and processes gonna be there, like let's take an example of oil and gas industry, construction, how many critical dangerous processes are there? Same way we have pharmaceutical, we have chemical industries, we have cement industry, and plenty of other industries are there. So every industry, of course, have a set of processes or activities, and of course, there would be some hazards and risks. So the first, the critical point for any organization is to eliminate hazards or to minimize, the health and safety risk at acceptable level, or to by taking some effective measures. If they don't take any actions, of course, this hazard graph will be creating plenty of incidents and accidents. And one terrible incident or accident can destroy the overall goodwill of the business, right? So if your accident graph going up and up, do you think any customer will be awarding you further contracts, even will be giving you bidding opportunity? Of course not. Now, we don't do anything until we understand our benefits. So that's why, some of the key benefits of ISO 45001. It will improve your employee safety, of course, and this is the most obvious benefit of ISO 45001. And also it will reduce the workplace illness and injuries. As I mentioned earlier, it will boost stakeholder confidence, especially your customers, increase productivity, lower insurance cost, and foster management involvement and accountability. So reduce risk and identify opportunities. So these are some of the benefits. So whenever you are going to talk your general manager or the top management, convince them with benefits. It's a human nature. Like even you will not listen me until you understand what benefit you're gonna get out of this video, or why you should watch this video. So same way, this standard will never be taken seriously until you highlight the key benefits in front of your top management. Then of course they will provide you all the resources, especially the safety budget for implementation, or plenty of other things you need to comply with that. Now, how much time required to implement an ISO 45001? Of course, it's organization to organization, it depends. But anyhow, the largely it depends on different aspects like the will of the company, management team. So it's a will. If you are willing to implement, of course, you can go for it. Existing process and activities and company related to OSHAs and properly organizing internally, like staff dedicated to occupational health and safety, and also availability of adequate human and technical resources. I hope you remember in my previous videos, I always mention you have responsibilities, but no authorities is nothing. You have responsibilities plus the authorities, but no required resources. Again, it's nothing, right? So what is the best triangle? You need responsibilities, of course, it must be well allocated to each individual in a company. But on the other side, you just need to make sure that you have certain authorities to fulfill your responsibilities. And you can't do it until you have required resources. So this triangle completed when you get responsibilities along with authorities plus required resources. And then of course you can be accountable. Okay. Then organization can ask, okay, Mr. Safety Manager, what is going on? Why our incident and accident is still going up? Why the organization is still facing a lot of injuries? Why the behavior of people is not getting changed? Why our policies and procedures are not being followed properly? So you can't give any excuse. I'm telling you again, even though safety is the responsibility of everyone, but still as a safety leader, you can't give any excuse. Oh, if your people are careless, first of all, you as a leader are responsible. Find out the way how you can minimize this typical behavior of carelessness. And on the other side, if you believe your people love to take shortcuts, find out the genuine underlying root causes and start eliminating one by one. And then see the result, right? What I mean is, you as a safety leader should never try to give any excuse. Of course, you are a supportive department. You just need to support, cater to all the functions of the business and all the departments and each individual. I would say that means janitor to general manager. You need to make sure they understand what is the benefit of occupational health and safety and how they have to contribute in implementation. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this standard is structured based on this PDCA. So that means you need to define the necessary objectives, targets, and accordingly, action plans must be required. And of course, it will help you to significantly lessen risk of injuries or ill health in workplace. And do is all about implement effective health and safety measures. And of course, once you implement something, you need to check them and find out if there are any opportunities to improve. And ACT is all about continually improving health and safety performance, and with the aim of becoming just a niche hook for rather than an integral part of the health and safety policy and day-to-day operation. So it's not like just the documentation. You need to make sure it is well effectively implemented. Let's take an example. You have safety policy already established, but the point is, have you communicated it? Okay, if it is communicated, is it understood by all your employees? Yes or no? Is it shared with all your stakeholders, especially your suppliers or any regulatory bodies? Is it published on your website for general public awareness? Because there could be any interested party or stakeholders relevant to your business. So they truly want to know about how serious you are, how responsible you are against safety requirements. Now, what does the OSHA look like? Basically, it's based on the common elements found in ISO management standards and which ensure a high level of compatibility, because it can, quite easily can be integrated with ISO 9001 like quality management system, or 14001 environmental management system, or even 50001 like energy management system, or I would say even along with the ISO 22000 like food safety management system. So it can also integrate with plenty of other standards like API, American Petroleum Institute standards. You can incorporate some of the local standards, country to country. Every country have different kind of standards related to safety, health, environment, and plenty of other issues. Now, as another ISO systems and organization is a given of degree flexibility how it actually gives. So standard doesn't make you bound. It is up to you, up to what level you want to implement and how you're gonna, ensure a maximum process of continual improvement with a time scale within your processes. Now, this flexibility is also called, organic system. That means you must have some documentation, processes, people, physical and organizational boundaries, and of course, you need to set some objectives and targets also. Now, clause 3 is all about definitions, like terms and definitions. Or the key definitions are like hazard, any situation, substance, activity, or event that could potentially cause human injury or ill health. An incident is a work-related occurrence or event during which injury, ill health, or fatality happened, or injury, ill health, or fatality could have happened. Interested party refers to anyone who can be affected by, or believe that they are affected by a decision or activity. So corrective action is all about pertains the steps that are taken to eliminate the cause or existing conformities in order to prevent reoccurrence. So these are some of the definitions. So until clause number 3, it's just a foundational understanding, like general information about the standard, but the main requirements of the standard starts from clause number 4. So let's start with clause number 4. This is all about the context of the organization. What are the key requirements? You truly need to understand, about your organization and its content, like especially the external and internal issues. That means the maximum knowledge you need to get about your business. And you also need to understand the needs and expectations of the interested parties. That is why, it is important to do SWOT analysis. It is important to research market. It is important to discuss with your customers and find out what exactly they are expecting you. And also it is important to research local and international legal requirements, to understand what obligations are lying on your shoulder. So let's take some examples of, internal and external parties, like direct customers are there, employees, suppliers, service providers, regulatory bodies, honest shareholders, insurance, government, local authorities, police, fire brigade, etc. It's the same cycle, like context of the organization. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, up to 4 to 10 clauses are mandatory to implement. Now, what is the leadership? Clause number 5. So leadership and commitment includes what? Integration with business processes. And you as a leader need to make sure the resources are there. And you as a leader need to make sure the effective communication and promotion of continual improvement is well ensured, especially to meet, the intended outcome against this occupational health and safety management standard. And of course, there must be health and safety policy as well. So as a leader, you are responsible to make sure, as a senior manager even, to ensure the policy is appropriate, and also it provides a solid framework for setting your objectives or health and safety targets, as well as commitment, satisfying legal and other requirements for continual improvement. So policy is a strong foundation or a kind of framework. So all your safety objectives or targets must be in line with, or must be supporting to your policy, right? Or even to justifying your policy. That it's not like just a document is prepared and displayed, and and even the signatory who signed that policy does not know what is written inside. Yes, guys, no one can implement any policy until you have organizational roles, responsibilities, and authorities well allocated to each individual, especially the top managers. They must ensure that the relevant roles are assigned appropriately. and that those who are responsible must report on occupational health and safety performance and ensure the occupational health and safety conforms to the requirements of the standard. So you as a leader have to lead by example. I repeat again, you as a leader have to lead by example, not only by sitting in your office. You have to be on ground now. So lead by example. Don't run away from your role. Like, okay, if you are a managing director or you are a general manager of a company, how frequently you visit your sites, how frequently you visit your different departments, and do you wear PPs? Do you follow safety rules? What is your positive impact as a leader, even if you're a safety manager? So just remember, if you as a leader not leading by example, the trickle down effect would never be positive. So if you are positively leading the organization, of course the outcome would be positive, inshallah, because trickle down effect must be positive if you are following all the safety rules and regulations, if you are respecting safety regulations, rather than considering it's just a formality, rather than considering it's an expense. No, it's a business continuity requirement. Can you get even a single project without a safety manager or without a safety officer or without a safety department? Of course not. But it's not like only to go for the bidding and once you got the project and now you are just showing, okay, the job is done, we have project in hand, and Mr. Safety Manager, we don't need you, we can hire someone else, just to fulfill the formality. So safety is not a formality, guys. It's a huge ethical responsibility. Because of your business operations, there shouldn't be any injuries, ill health, or even the incident or accident relevant to your any workers or including your stakeholders, especially your contractors, coming at your side. Like, let me give you an example of Royal Commission or Saudi Aramco, especially in Saudi Arabia, or Sabic or Sadar or some other brands, or Saudi Electricity. If you're going at their side, and what if they're gonna say we are not responsible for your safety? We can't give you any guidance, we can't give you any induction, just go and do your job. Imagine what would happen, So as a customer and as a contractor, is a mutually beneficial teamwork, which you need to ensure. Now, what is clause number 6 is all about planning. You need to identify all the risks and objectives and also the effect of uncertainty, and of course you need to identify opportunities related to occupational health and safety performance improvement. You need to make sure you have objectives, targets, and planning need to be achieved then. So implement a basic risk assessment approach as well. Clause number 7, whatever you developed previously, like you have safety policy, you have objectives, targets, can never be implemented until you follow clause number 7. That means support. So make sure you provide essential physical assets, resources, and systems which are gonna help to each function of your business to comply and to implement ISO 45001 all clauses. And especially you need to provide and maintain monitoring and measuring resources. You need to make sure the organizational knowledge is well maintained, and also the personal competency at every level of your organization you are going to achieve through some training need assessment, implementing and following a training plan, and making sure the competence level of your employees is going up and up day by day. So of course you need to make sure the occupational health and safety policy and objectives are well shared, well communicated, because sometimes I say 99% your project failure, the biggest reason is no communication, poor communication, ineffective communication. You are saying something different, the person is understood something entirely different. So make sure you have effective communication system internally and externally well implemented, and this is also the important clause of ISO 45001. And guys, also make sure you have documenting information, especially necessary for occupational health and safety processes and in conformance of ISO standards. So it's a evidence-based approach. So you need an objective evidence. If I'm coming to your site as an auditor and I'm telling, okay, show me your supposed internal audit record. So it's not like, you just need to show me an evidence, and this evidence, now the standard doesn't make you bound that it should be in terms of always like, a very detailed document. Make sure something you are doing to comply with this internal audit. That means you need to show an improvement objective against each clause. You can't give any excuse. You can't give any excuse. And this objective evidence could be a picture in your WhatsApp or in other form. Just make sure you show me, look, we are improving, we are following, we are complying. So show me. As an auditor, two words are important for me: show me. Whatever you are talking to me, I'm gonna say, okay, show me the evidence. So it's an evidence-based approach. It's an objective evidence-based approach. So make sure you have evidence for everything. Now, clause 8 is all about operations. And what is operational? That means there must be some operational planning, control, and it must be consistent to ensure, the continual improvement of occupational health and safety is well enforced, and requirements for the procurement of products and services. So make sure your procurement department, they are well knowledgeable and familiar how to buy the right products and services. Establishing control to ensure health and safety requirements are addressed in the design and development phase. So safety starts from the design. Communicating health and safety requirements to providing, including suppliers, contractors, and others. So you need to communicate all the requirements with your suppliers, contractors, and others. And make sure you have appropriate procedures for emergency response to deal with different kind of risk or which can even have significant impact on occupational health and safety, including like testing, reviewing, and revising procedures. Make sure you revise them periodically, and also you review them, and ensuring everyone is trained to deal with emergency situations. So it's not like just establishing or developing policies or procedures. Make sure your employees are well trained against them. They understand how to follow them and what are the key steps of every SOP, like standard operating procedure, or even kind of management procedure. Now, clause number 9 is all about performance evaluation. Make sure, because since you have you started with establishing your policy, your objectives, targets, you started supporting each other. Now, of course, you implement it through operations as well. Now you need to make sure you have performance evaluation system. So as per ISO 45001, clause number 9, some of the key requirements are there which you need to make sure, like emphasis on the evaluation of health and safety performance and occupational health and safety by identifying what the elements of occupational health and safety that needs to be monitored, measured, analyzed, and evaluated. So we need internal audit programs which need to be incorporated, like frequency, methods, responsibilities, planning, reporting requirement of the audit, and make sure it is having some suitability, adequacy, and also effectiveness of occupational health and safety. So you need internal audit program, like make an internal audit plan for the whole year, like 2021. What is your internal audit plan? Which department you are going to audit when, and who will be the auditor, and what exactly is going to audit? Do you have an audit checklist? Do you need a checklist, or you understand better all requirements? So you'll be just auditing based on the available procedures, and you're just gonna check either the procedures are in line with ISO 45001, or still even sometimes the procedures are not established as per the standard clauses. No, the performance evaluation, what you exactly can verify, some of the outputs, like results of your internal auditing, your feedback from worker engagements. You can check non-conformity and corrective actions record and incident investigation and corresponding corrective actions. Also, accident investigation, and corresponding corrective actions, compliance obligations, including output resulting from the introduction of new regulations. Now, the last clause of this standard is all about improvement. So, the ultimate goal of this standard is please ensure improvement in every activity or every process of your business. You just need to prove that you are continually improving. If your system is unable to prove that you are continually improving in each function of your business, it's a violation. It's an NCR on the other side. So monitoring of performance evaluation, of course, issues that need to be addressed such as non-conformities, corrective actions, and continue to enhance the performance. So make sure whatever NCR is there, you are taking some corrective preventive actions and just to ensure continued improvement. It's a constant improvement of, it's not like today you are improving so much, but tomorrow the system is entirely collapsed. So make sure gradually you are improving. You need to show the continued improvement is well achieved, and PDCA cycle is a great framework for all of you to follow. So what is the conclusion? ISO 45001 basically builds ready access to documentation, consistency, accountability, and continued improvement in the facility operations. Also, it's significant having opportunity to drive resources efficiency, cost savings, and improve public relations. It will also help you global application of quality occupational health and safety management system, which will prevent work-related injuries or ill health of workers and will promote safety and healthy workplaces in the long run. So this is just a reminder of all the documents you need for 45001. Make sure you have scope of the occupational health and safety management system. Make sure you have occupational health and safety policy, well approved, well communicated, well understood by all your employees at every, even your stakeholders is well shared with all the stakeholders or with all the interested parties. And make sure you have responsibilities and authorities within the occupational health and safety management system. And also you have process for addressing risk and opportunities. You have criteria for assessment also, and make sure you have objectives, plans, occupational health and safety objective along with achievement plan. It's not like you have objective, but no achievement plan. And also required documentation, make sure you have emergency preparedness and response process and procedures. So guys, this will help you to understand the clause wise some of the mandatory documents which are required as per ISO 45001. Make sure you have in writing the scope of the occupational health and safety management system is required as per 4.3 clause number. Policy is 5.2 and 5.3 is all about occupational health and safety management system responsibilities and authorities. And 6.1.1, you need to highlight the process for addressing risk and opportunities. So make sure you have each process and function which is in well integrated just for finding the risk and opportunities. And methodology and criteria for assessment, of course, we required as per 6.1.2.2 and objectives and plans for achieving 6.2 and also emergency preparedness process 8.2. Yes, we need some mandatory records like risk and opportunities and action for addressing them, legal and other requirements, evidence of competence. You need to show the evidence that your employees are competent. Like if you're doing welding, show me that you are an approved, certified, well-trained welder. Same way, as a safety manager, you need to show your competence level that you are again well-trained, certified, experienced. You have, particular technical industrial knowledge to lead this organization. And also, guys, here I would suggest to all of you, even though you are in safety profession, but remember, every industry is entirely different. So don't expect you will immediately be fit to a new company. Like if you are in oil and gas, don't expect immediately you will be fit to fit in construction industry, because once the industry change, a lot of technical inbound information will be there, which you need to get trained again and again. So that's why I always suggest never stop your learning, because training and development both are reciprocal. So don't stop your learning. Don't think that, always be a safety learner instead of a safety manager, to be very honest. So plans for responding to potential emergency situations is the clause number 8.2, and results on monitoring, measurement analysis, performance evaluation 9.1.1. So you can see this, video again and again, and you can take some screenshots for understanding. Make sure you have calibration record as well. You have compliance evaluation results, internal audit program is there, report is there, result of a management review. You can note down nature of incidents or non-conformities. It's required 10.2, and results of any action, corrective action, including their effectiveness, 10.2, and also evidence of the results of continuous improvement, like 10.3. So guys, I hope this video and this training will be giving you plenty of benefits to understand the foundational requirements of ISO 45001, Occupational Health and Safety Management System. And the next step for your training, you can go for internal auditing training for ISO 45001. I'll try to establish one video for this one also. And the next step you can take to go for ISO 45001 lead auditing, IRCA, UK or CQI accredited training you need to attend. And once so that means through these trainings, you can be a safety auditor as well, right? Or even in future, if you are competent enough, you can provide consultancy, like as a management consultant. If you are fully familiar how to establish all the documentations and how to implement, how to deliver some training sessions, on the other side, how effectively you can implement the requirements of 45,001 at every level of the organization, in all departments, at every function of the business, as per the scope of the Occupational Health and Safety Management System, like 45,001. Okay, guys, please subscribe our channel. I'm sure it is going to be your daily learning club, and I'm quite open to share the knowledge, because after all, we are not going to take into the graveyard. So much better is to just share. Sharing is caring. Sharing and caring both are reciprocal, to be very honest. So the life everyone can live for himself, but the real life is to live for others. So be supportive, be positive, be helpful. Don't try to hide any information. If you will hide, they will get from someone else, right? So be happy always. After all, happiness we all deserve. If you're doing hard work, you need happiness with your family, you need happiness with your friends, colleagues, and make sure your positive vibes are having positive trickle down effects within your company as well. So be a better safety leader. Don't give any excuses, because excuses don't get results. So I always mention, try to make every individual within your company the safety manager of his own area. Don't try to be only the individual safety manager like you are there already. Try to make even a janitor the safety manager of his own area. I hope it will help you a lot. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much. And also, guys, if you need a lot of, we have trainings like the NEBOSH IGC, we have IADC train the trainers, we have IBUHS OSHA 30 hours. We also have HABC food safety, different levels, food safety level 1, 2, 3, 4. We also have plenty of soft skill courses. So just feel free to contact me directly, 00966 59 I'm Ishtiaq Rana, always there to support you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.